All right, YouTube, what's going on out there? Sad day for America. Um, Sad day for people of faith. There really isn't a lot to say about it. There's always this inclination to try to say that when things like this happen, nothing like this has ever happened in U.S. history. And we've been getting a lot of that lately. So I would say that there are recent events that have not been justly investigated by law enforcement. And of course, I'm talking about the Las Vegas Massacre, where 58 innocent people lost their lives. And we're not going to let it go because this is an example on so many levels of how we're being lied to. In the situation in Texas, on its face, it appears as though they may be telling the truth. Texans are known as being very straight and to the point, not beating around the bush. These people that engaged the alleged shooter, they basically just told it point blank exactly what happened after the rampage had already occurred. So on its face, it appears as though this is just some loser who is so pathetic and such a weak-minded individual that he couldn't just be a real man, stand in the corner and take himself out. He had to make history. So in juxtaposed to the Vegas Massacre, we're not going to let it go. This is obviously a horrific tragedy. I'm not a Christian, but over the years, paying attention to the news, it is very clear that Christians in general, Christianity is under attack on multiple levels. And as a critical observer, as someone who pays attention to these issues, it's very disturbing to watch because I am a huge fan, if you will, of the First Amendment, and that includes freedom of religion. So my belief system notwithstanding, the Christians, specifically white Christians, are definitely under attack. And whether this guy's motivation, supposedly the alleged shooter, also white, was simply to make headlines and go out, for whatever reason, we won't know that. Supposedly he was an ex-Bible study teacher. Maybe he had a grudge with God. And if there is a God, then that would mean there's also a hell, and let's hope that he burns there. So anyway, on its face, it looks as though it's what we're being told. The anniversary, November 5th, made a video last night about the 4th. You can give or take meaning of that. I have no idea what that may mean, but horrific tragedy. And not wanting to get 3 million views after the Las Vegas Massacre, I try to let things lie enough to where there's more information to become available, to where there's more clear picture as to what actually may have happened. Never get down to it, right? But in this situation, it looks pretty straightforward. My opinion doesn't really mean much in that regard, but really sad day. And another thing is, it encourages bad actors, copycats, to consider doing the shit they're doing. And of course, you have all this. I mean, we're in an age of acceleration when it comes to these violent events. You got the New York attack. You got some idiot that went into Walmart and shot people. They never caught the guy, according to what I read. So, but this would encourage bad actors. Rand Paul, not a huge fan of Rand Paul for my own reasons. I won't go into that. Attacked for the second time while he's mowing his lawn. He escaped death in D.C. when that liberal went and started shooting up their softball game. So anyway, a very disturbing trend. And what's going to happen next? I will say this very quickly, is that I think what this really means is that things like this can't necessarily be prevented. But what we need is more concealed carry, and we need more people who are trained and armed for situations like this. The people that, according to the story, that took him out, that was after the fact. It was too late. So whether he was a parishioner at that particular church or not, I'm not sure. Initial reports saying that he was not from that area, whatever that means. Maybe some kind of score to settle with God, I don't know, to share with everybody else. So anyway, horrible news, but I don't really know what to say about it except we need more people that are armed. We need more guns. And that's just all there is to it. So anyway, shitty day for America, right? And then of course, like I said, it bleeds into what's going to happen next. You know, from the political perspective, it seems as though this is just a one-off event where people simply were being murdered for praying to their God. So it's really disturbing. So anyway, if any more information comes out about it, we definitely have to dissect it with a scalpel and look further into the details. As far as it goes now, it's what it is. So.